Guys, get into the chat. Let me see who's here. Can you hear me, Mike? Long time no see, gentlemen. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Hopefully there's no interruption. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if, Mike, how you doing? There you go. Michael Lewis, Mike Forbes, Paul Belissias, how do you pronounce it? I can't see. Cesario? All right, I'm sorry. 5 people are watching. 1. Okay, we're working out of the syncopation book, Mike, page 34. And I'm playing it in 2/2, but actually, I'm actually condensing that and making it a 4/4 measure. I'm playing it in cut time, so I'm thinking of it. I know it's Italian, Paul. I'm Irish. I'm Italian as well. Okay, now, here's what we're going to do. Your question, Paul, was when I'm playing that pattern on top, the 2 and 4, the backbeat, it might be a little strange feel if my bass drum is passing through there on 2 and 4. Okay? I'm playing it as a foot exercise, not as a foot pattern. So it's not, I'm not taking a musical approach at the moment. What I'm doing is I'm trying to, you want to start to develop the bass drum at your command. Okay? Now, let me break line 1 down. If I did it on one surface, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, it's not a problem. That's a simple pattern. But now, if I'm just taking this basic pattern, that's what I want to play the bass drum against. I want to maintain that. That's the Gary Shaffer thing. The Gary Shaffer has some foot patterns that are great, but I'm going to override that and say, okay, we're going to develop the bass drum. That's not about how funky you can get at this. It's about how you can command your bass drum, how you can play that bass drum. That's what the objective is. You know, I do exercises to develop that bass drum. So I don't play with the ball of my feet sometimes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, depending on what song I'm doing. When I'm exercising, you know, it's like if you want to go into a weight room and lift weights, you don't bring a crane with you to help you lift the weights, you know? So what I do when I use my bass drum, I try to do it as much as possible flat-footed, so I'm developing the muscle. So, what I like to, if I'm going to, like I said to Mike this afternoon, when you practice, you want to sit down for an hour, and you're so overwhelmed with so many different things to do, and you say you spend 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 2 minutes there, that's not going to accomplish anything, okay? What you need to do is say, this is what I want to accomplish today. Now, you do it as much as you can, as long as you can, to accomplish what you want. Now, right now, I'm looking at this page as an exercise for my bass drum, to develop my control of my bass drum, all right? I'm not like saying playing with the ball of my feet or my heel up or my toe into burying the beater or whatever stuff that is. I'm exercising my foot against the pattern, and in time, and against whatever pattern I decide to do on top. I took the simple pattern, which was very just my beat. Now I'm going to take a line. Let's do number 5. I want to take this and do 16ths. did there was I exercised. I'm not playing a bass pattern. I'm maintaining that pattern on top and working the bass drum. Yeah, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Full of flow off. I bet you can play musically with a gig like that. But you can have your bass drum to play what you want, what you feel. 1 beat and the 2 beat and the 3 beat and the 4. 1 beat and the 2 and 3 beat and the 4. 1 beat and the 2 and 3 beat and the 4. You can change the top. Gentlemen, and then you can do whatever pattern you decide you want to work with. Work with it. You know, some are a little bit easier for you, some are a little bit more difficult. I would spend time with the ones that are difficult to make them easy. You sit down and say, this is what I want to do in my practice session today, and do it. The more you practice, the better you get. Okay, so now, I have this. Let's do this one. This is a disco. It reminds me of disco. Hey, that one. You got one. Let's see. Workout for your bass drum. And that's an objective. Now, you go through the syncopation book like that, take a line, work the shit out of it, man. Number 7. Let's say this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 7. Now I'm approaching that mathematically. Not musically at the moment. You have to put it in place, ground zero, and nail it. Once you nail it, then you can expand musically. You know, I said, you know, I don't know, when I sit and play music with a band, I'm playing the music, I'm playing the tune. I don't think mathematically, I think the music of the tune. But all of this stuff that I've done makes all of that stuff that I hear so much easier, and it flows a lot better. It's a simple process. Okay? Now, you can do that with the whole book. And any asana or any symbol pattern you want. 1, 2, 3, do that for 5 minutes. Your foot will fall off. If you experience any pain, please stop. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to pull a muscle. Because the next day you want to play again and use the foot. You know, I had a lot of students that never, in the beginning, really never used the bass drum, was always on the drum pad until they got a drum set. As soon as they put the bass drum in, boy, it was like a train wreck. You got to work the bass drum in with your hands. That's your bass, that's the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Gotta use the bass drum. Okay. Straight up and down, quarter note pulse, half note pulse, whole note pulse. Changing the feel, straight, what we just did, playing an exercise, playing a line, 2 or 3 minutes, again, any asana pattern you want. I start with the simple one. Let's go to number 12. Any questions on this, gentlemen? But before you can play it like that, you have to understand, I'm not playing it as eighth notes, I'm playing it in cut time. But I'm playing 1 E and the 2. 1, 12. 1, 10, 3, 10. Oh, Gary Shafee. We got it? Now, like I said, changing the feel straight up and down the swung. Hey Paul, would it be okay if I go back to a little swing? A little jazz? Alright. Now. Let's stay with the straight up and down concept first. Now, you've gone through, you should have anyway, you should have gone through the stick control book like this, playing eighth notes on one surface, and playing an eighth note vamp, and playing a little rights down on the floor, well, let's go on the floor tom-tom, okay? On the floor tom-tom, like this. One way. Now you can do the same thing with the syncopation book. Let's go back to that page. I guess that was page 30, correct? Yeah. No? What page did I say? Number 34, gentlemen? Was it? Page 30? What page were you just on? I'm sorry. 34. All right, 34. Thank you, Paul. You can do the same thing with page 34, like I just did. You can play the eighth notes. I'm playing 4 on the floor. Chill out, Paul. You got to play. You're playing eighth notes. I'm playing 4 on the floor, and I'm using my hi-hat 2 and 4. Sit here for, take your time, unless you'd like me to play the whole page for you. But I don't think that's of any value unless you work on it. And what does Walter Payton have to do with this, Paul? Just joking. Like all the lessons for the remainder of the week, you weren't here. Wednesday, 1 p.m. and 8:30 is going to be YouTube. And Friday, the 3 p.m. lesson is going to be on YouTube as well. And we'll be back to the site Monday. Okay? Now, let's go to the triplet field. And the syncopation on line 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play my bass drum 1, 2, 3, 4. My left foot 2 and 4. 1, 2, 4 on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Boring. 1, 2. But it's essential. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, interpretation, you could play the jazz line. I can play with my left hand 4 on the floor of the chair. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got that, gentlemen? Fill it in the triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Against the triplet. Okay, with the bass. You lay down. So on and so forth. Okay, any questions, gentlemen? Sorry for the problems with the reception tonight. It's storming like hell over here. How's it by you, Mike? Michael Lewis? Hey, Mike, what weekend in October is going to be good for you? Paul's the one that's holding this whole show up. Paul's going to be coming. Paul, you coming what, from Chicago? So far, I got Mike from Pennsylvania. Okay, you, Mike, from, was that Maryland, right? And Paul, you're what, from Chicago? You could make it. You're not going to drive. You're going to take a plane, Mike, Paul? I mean, driving is going to be like almost 18 hours. And you too, so that's two so far. I think Dan said he wanted to come as well. And I have a few private students that don't do online lessons, they're going to come as well. Paul, if you did transportation, how would you come? By plane, train, or car? Don't tell me helicopter. Or drone. Okay. I'll tell you, man, it's like, you get it, I'll come pick you up at the airport, that's not a problem. If you get it to Newark Airport. The thing is, we start on Friday, 10 in the morning, okay, to 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Same thing on Saturday, 10 in the morning to 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and the same thing on Sunday. That's a long, long session. That's 10, 11, 12. That's 6, 7 hours every day for 3 days. And that puts you right into it, man. One-on-one, person to person, in the studio, and makes all of this of more value. And understanding what I do. Okay, remember now, the remainder of the lessons for the week. Monday, 1 o'clock, Wednesday, 1 o'clock, and 8:30 p.m. on YouTube. Friday, 3 p.m. on YouTube. We got that, gentlemen? Now, don't miss Fridays, man. Should be very interesting. It's a relatively new drum company, and all I hear is positive things about his drums. And we're going to set them up, and I'm going to play them, and we're going to talk about the plies and the bearing edge, and how to tune them, and the kind of the wood, how it resonates the sound, the heads you should use. So it's going to be very interesting. If you can't make it, it's going to be filmed. So, you'll have it on YouTube. Another thing I've been working on, well, actually 2 things I've been working on. I'm not sure if you gentlemen are familiar with The New Breed, the book. Book 1 and Book 2. Recently, they're putting a documentary together about Gary Chester. And he has put out some great students, great concept, and he was a recording musician, always busy in a recording studio in addition to his teaching. So I'm fortunate enough to have, as friends, 2 of his students that were his former students. That's John Berger. You got book? Okay. It's John Berger and Carl Latham. Now, what I want to do is have a discussion on, I was a little morellowed out. I should have gone to Gary Chester because everybody else did, and they'd come out like, with a different attitude. And that's what we're going to discover and talk about from before they went to Gary Chester And as they were with Gary Chester, and after they left, what their concept was and how it changed their lives musically. Okay, as opposed to what I've done with Morello and a few other teachers. And what I asked another friend, and I'm sure you all know who this is, Daniel Glass. Now Daniel Glass has done 2 or 3 shows with me here. Okay, and I asked him to co-host it. Now, he is a historian, good drummer too, by the way. Now, I'm putting that aside, and how he could be an asset to this whole thing with Gary Chester. He knows Gary Chester's background very, very well, and it should be a very great, in my opinion, a great discussion about the Gary Chester and a little bit of a demonstration. And we're going to have some perks, online drawing. You take a number when you come in, and we'll take a drawing, okay? So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't booked it yet, because to get these 3 guys together is almost, it's not impossible, it's just somewhat difficult because they're all over the place. One guy goes to Germany, the other guy's in Florida, and you know, the other guy's in China. So as soon as they all come back to the States, I nail them, and we'll get them. Got it, gentlemen? Any questions? Knock, knock. Okay, with that, I'm going to close. Hey, Paul, I really like to meet you in person, man. You're a school teacher, correct? Calling sick. Get back to me with a weekend. That would be great. And I'm sure that whatever weekend you could do, they'll do. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And like I said, I'll pick you up at the airport. I think Mike and Mike will be driving here. Because I think Mike lives in Maryland, and the other guy, Mike, lives in Pennsylvania. Okay. Let me know as soon as you can, Paul, please. So I can book the whole thing and lock it up. All right, gentlemen, with that, everybody has no questions. Okay. Let me know, hopefully, within the next week or 2. Please, Paul, I would appreciate it. It's very worth it, trust me. Michael's been here twice already. Okay, with that being said, I'll see everybody Wednesday on YouTube, 1 o'clock and 8:30 p.m. I'll do the same reminder. We're going to continue this lesson. I'm sorry about the disturbance with the YouTube, the stream. So, it is what it is. What can I say? Gentlemen, have a good night.